All right. A very good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the second session of the Arise for You workshop series. It's awesome to see so many of you ready to dive in and explore how this exciting program can help launch your ideas and growth journeys. Today isn't just about listening. Get ready to discover all of the unique opportunities and skills and recognition that you will stand to gain as a part of India's largest student entrepreneurship movement. To make things even more engaging, we're joined by not one, but two esteemed speakers on our panel today. They come with real world experiences and insights. So feel free to ask your burning questions, share your campus stories, and think big about what you can achieve with Arise for You. Let's make this an interactive, fun, and inspiring session. The chat box is open for your questions, and we will take all of them because what you learned today could spark the first step of your entrepreneurial journey. First up, it's an honor for me to introduce Ms. Bhavna Neelakantan, Communications Group Manager at HCLTech, with over 20 years of global experience in marketing, advertising, and program management, including her inspiring work with initiatives like Arise. Bhavna brings a wealth of real world perspective to our workshop. Her ability to blend strategy and storytelling has made an impact across the industry. And today she's here to share why the Arise movement truly matters for aspiring entrepreneurs like yourself. Beyond her corporate achievements, Bhavna is also a celebrated Bharatanatyam classical dancer, passionate about starting her own dance school and production company in the future. Please join me in welcoming Bhavna Neelakantan, whose vision spans both the corporate and creative worlds. Welcome, Bhavna, and we're excited to have you join us today. It's also my pleasure to introduce Mr. Utkarsh Mathur, Senior Manager at MeitY Startup Hub under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India. With more than 10 years of accomplished experience across research, industry, and government, Mr. Mathur has played pivotal roles in shaping India's innovation ecosystem, including impactful stints at BIRAC, the Principal Scientific Advisor's Office, and Syngene International. His work spans innovation policy, global partnerships, program management, and driving national initiatives in the startup and deep tech sectors. Known for fostering game changing collaborations and nurturing corporate partnerships, he brings a wealth of insight on entrepreneurship, scalable innovation, and strategic alliances. Please join me in welcoming him as one of today's esteemed speakers. Thank you so much. I would now like to hand it over to Ms. Bhavna to take over and get us started off.
Thank you, Saranya. As interestingly as you have introduced us, there is a huge task ahead for us. So let's quickly get started. Would it be all right if you could just pin me till I request to put up the one slider? Is that okay? Could you pin me so that that would be the center of the whole discussion with respect to how people view me? Yeah? All right. Hello, everybody. I can see around 103 people on this call. Very encouraging, honestly. It just answers one question. A burning question that all of us have is, why do we really choose to work after studying, right? Why should we do it? I think the basic answer that comes out is that, to earn money, to earn a living, to have a family, to build a house, all of that. So it comes down to three basic amenities of life, the basic needs of humankind, right? That is food, shelter, and clothing, right? So we understand that's why you go to work, but has something changed over time? So what we did as a team at the HCLTech, Pearson, and MeitY, all of us, we went on ground. We felt as there was a need to speak to you students and understand that why do you exactly work? Is there any reason beyond that? And it was so interesting to see what you all told us, which never really came to us, with all these years of experience. You all told us that, beyond food, shelter, and clothing, we all really work to keep our cognitive brain on, to be always on, to constantly think, to constantly look at opportunities to problem solve, which took us by surprise because such a simple, innate need of mankind, we forgot to even acknowledge, right? So it takes me back, and some of you may have read this amazing book written by Amartya Sen called The Argumentative Indian, right? It was written many, many years back. He's a Nobel Prize winner as well. And what is interesting is, did you all know that the art of questioning is in our DNA as Indians, right? It is in our DNA, and somewhere it has died in that process. We need to awaken it. right? Let's bring it back. And that's where, we started thinking that, hey, can we bring a program where students not only, put forth their questions, but we also help them solve those questions. We actually guide them through this process. Can we make it easier for them? Can we bring to them the tools, the mentors, the guides, everything required for you to either be a fantastic, successful professional, whether you get a job through placements, whether you go and apply somewhere on LinkedIn. Those days we didn't even have LinkedIn, right? So however you do it, or if you even go and get your own startup going, can we bring everything necessary to you rather than you going to them, right? And can we enable you to become career smart? That is our keyword here, career smart. Can we help you make sure your manas, as said in Sanskrit, your mind, your thinking, be alert always to make sure you are the best form of yourself, the best version of yourself when you actually go on ground, hit the ground running at a job or at your own startup. This is why we introduced Arise, because we know we have this capability by bringing MeitY on board. It's a national entity, right? A government entity, by HCLTech coming on board, one of the biggest and the best tech entity, getting Pearson's on board, which once again is the world's best learning entity. Three of us have come together, all right, with all our skills put in as corporates, as individuals, and we're bringing to you in a platter everything you need to be career smart, to fast forward your experience so that when you hit the ground running, you're out there doing your best, not just living, but thriving. This is Arise for you, because it is no longer the time to sit and say, there is a problem here. I have a solution, but who cares? Why? Why who cares? Let's do something about it. You think it's too hard to go about it? Check out what Arise is about, and I'm going to tell you about it, right? This is the time to actually listen, question, imagine, get your creative juices flowing. We are giving you everything in a platter. All you need to do is get involved. That's the least you can do, right? Instead of standing as a bystander, just get involved with us, right? Unlock that spirit in you, which unfortunately has died over ages, right? Can we use AI? Can we use so many other tech tools that are available to help awaken the spirit rather than saying, oh, AI is taking jobs? No, it is not. It is actually challenging us more, because AI can never have the gut sense that we humans have. It will never have it, no matter how much you train AI, right? And can we be part of shaping tomorrow? You might not be a leader starting the whole thing, but can you, with your own voice and effort, lead it? Lead that effort? There's a difference between a leader and lead. No, someone who leads is someone who takes their own initiative than being appointed as a leader, right? Can you be that person? Can you shape it a little bit? That is our effort with Arise for You, right? So this is basically how we started. Also, not to forget, what we did find out when we went on ground is a lot of colleges, especially in tier 2 and tier 3 cities, we realized that all of you guys do not really have a lot of incubator startup tie-ups. You guys do not have a strong alumni to get you guys up and going, to enable you all. So we felt more than anything else, we really want to touch base with all of you. And I'm so happy you all have come on this webinar, because after this whole 1 hour, even if one of you, I wish all of you, but if one of you chooses to actually be part of this program, it's a win for us, because we feel we have inspired somebody, right? So let me tell you a bit more about Arise, okay? In terms of how you go about it. So it's a very basic process. You register, of course, it comes at a nominal fee. Once you register, then you are given a certification course, right? Now, when I say course, don't worry, you don't have teachers hounding over you behind your shoulder saying, finish this, finish that. Absolutely not. We have made it a self-paced program. At your will, at your convenience, you complete it. Once you complete it, you're getting a certification. Once you have the certification, now wait, before I go ahead, what are the components of this course that will interest you? What are these components that I've been talking about that is going to make you so ready for the world ahead, right? these are the different topics that we will touch upon. And best part is on majority of these topics, or more or less all of these topics, it's broken into modules. You have quizzes, you have tests, so that at least the key points will remain with you, right? There are aspects about project management, problem solving, team management, design thinking principles, right? Humankind principles. How do you market something? What is the minimal viable product? Business costs, financing, everything. So even if you join a company as an analyst or you go and start your own thing, you need to have an idea of all of this. It cannot exist in silos. You have to be a well-rounded individual because competition is high. And if you want an edge in front, you want to have the edge right here, then you will need to know something about all these aspects together. How do you make a simple elevator pitch? In 10 minutes, how do you talk something and get somebody interested, right? I'm getting 20 minutes to get you interested. That's a different thing. That's the privilege I have here. But hey, how do you do it in 10 minutes? Okay. Not only that, what we have done as a team here by HCLTech, Pearson, and MeitY, we are trying to break these down as credits, as projects that you all can show on your resume, in your college, and everything. So it is going to work in different phases for you in your career development in college as well. Now, once you finish this course, we're done with it. You get a certification. Now, mind you, this certification is NFTE. I'm looking at my notes and saying it so that I don't get it wrong. It is NFTE certified, right? And this training is recognized. So it's not some random certificate. You can put it on your LinkedIn. You can put it on your resume, flaunt it. It definitely carries values that are unimaginable. Okay, once you finish the certification, next step, what you need to do is get your team together, form a little team, and put your startup idea in place. We will tell you how to pitch it, how do you need to put it across. Now, you can ask, why can't we submit it individually? Absolutely not. We don't want you all to do that because in the real world, you're not going to submit an idea individually. It is always going to be a team effort. You need to know how to work with your team members, right? So this is why we encourage a team to be built. Submit your idea. Now here again, once you submit your idea, then your job is done. The job is at our end where we screen it with the help of technology. And then we have a semifinals where we actually get industry experts and so on to evaluate it. We might have virtual one-on-one meetings. And last but not the least, the selected ideas goes on a national stage where you are evaluated, questioned, it is understood further, and a winner gets a couple of grants from the different parties that are involved in this. There are different types of grants. All those details are there. Everything is there on the website, ariseforyou.com. Right? My job here is not to tell you those details because it's already there. I am here basically to help you understand the value of enrolling in this vis-a-vis anything else out there. Another interesting thing, what's really cool, right? If you're going solo, let's say you don't participate in Arise, yeah? After your college, you're going out solo in the market. Imagine if you want to, get your startup going. You have to create a team, you have to find an avenue, submit it, get VCs interested, do all the hard work. Here, we are doing that hard work for you and we're bringing it to you. All you need to do is give us your time, your concentration. That's all. And we are giving everything on a platter to you. So if I was, when I was in college 20 years back, I wish such an opportunity came. Would have loved to be part of it. Right. So these are the various steps how Arise is functioning, Arise for You program, right? And anything I've missed out. Oh, yes. During this process, what the beautiful Pearson's, HCLTech and MeitY team have done, we have these webinars being conducted like this one that's just happening, right? And we're bringing industry experts on board. We're bringing the likes of, for example, Siddharth Parekh, who initially started in the National Institute of Smart Governance, and now he has his own startup called iCreate. We're bringing another founder called Manish Chaudhary, who didn't start as a founder. He started in a normal company in Bharat Petroleum, and then he went on to it. Imagine he had to go through those years of experience to start up his own business. We are fast forwarding that and giving it to you in 3-4 months so that you can immediately start it off. right? So point is, we're bringing in these people so that you can have a Q&A, discuss things with them, ask them your doubts, and trust me, no doubt is stupid or trivial. Many a time we shy away from asking these questions, and what I have learned in my 20-year journey is that sometimes those questions are the most important questions, and everybody has that. Right. And later, after the whole thing, you reach out to us asking. So please ask questions. This is your time. This is an open conversation we all have brought here. Join us and revive your art of thinking, revive your art of problem solving, right? Just don't live, yeah, don't exist, thrive, start having fun. And I will say this is going to be of immense fun. Imagine the whole 3 to 4 month journey you're going to go through, the experience you're going to get, without even moving a finger, rather just working on your brain, which anyway you're trained to be, working on. So that is pretty much it. Um, I will wrap up here and I want to open it up to questions. But before that, Karthik, can you pull up this one slider, which I had given with summarizes what Arise is about? So everyone here on the call, we have put together everything I said in one slide, right? Have a look at it. If you have any queries, you can ask, right? And yes, that's where we would like to end my bit of it. And soon we would like to pass the baton to Mr. Utkarsh from MeitY to please tell us a bit more about the amazing things they're bringing to the table, especially this beautiful thing that I chose not to talk about called the problem solving directory, which is purely a MeitY effort, and being a part of it is a privilege. If you participate in Arise for You, and if you get selected, you will become part of India's first national problem-solving directory. So, I'm going to leave it to Utkarsh to talk everything about it. All right, Sharanya, thank you for your time. Thank you for
Thank you
everyone
so
for their
much,
time.
Bhavna. Your energy was so infectious. I think I just went back a couple of hours into my morning. Thank you so much. Well, I'm gonna now come to Utkarsh. So, Utkarsh, I have a couple of questions, and I think that might get us started off in terms of everything that MeitY is bringing to the table and everything that MeitY is going to be supporting these students with. So, firstly, can you briefly introduce MeitY and the MeitY Startup Hub for all of our students? And what is the core mission behind Arise for You and the MeitY Startup Hub?
Right. Thanks, Saranya, for giving us the opportunity, and thanks, Bhavna, for curating about the program. I think it gives me an immense pleasure to be here for such a vibrant and curious audience. When I see around this hall, I don't just see the students. I see future innovators, creators, leaders who will shape the destiny of a nation. Today, I think we live in an age of innovation which is not confined to only research labs or large corporates. It's happening in classroom, hostels, garages, and even in laptops, right? And students you are proving that idea can come from anywhere. And innovation is changing the way students think. I think no longer any career is defined with a traditional path. Today, you aspire to be entrepreneurs, problem solvers. I think, and the government of India has recognized the power of youth and innovation. That's why I think the various initiatives have been launched in support for this journey. And I think Arise is one of the program. Through the programs of you must, I think, sure the students are aware about the various initiatives, Startup India, Early Innovation Mission, MeitY Startup Hub, BIRAC, and AICT Innovation. So our main objective of government is to support the students to innovate, think in a different way, and as well as solve the problems which are basically for the whole nation. I think the mindset shift from seeking jobs to creating jobs is very important, and I think government of India recognizes the power of youth innovation. Our honorable PM has often emphasized that the India must become a nation job creator rather than job seeker, right? So I'll just give you the overall brief about what kind of opportunities are there in this program and what MeitY is doing. So as if you know, I represent MeitY, Ministry of Electronics and IT, and it's a government entity, and under this there's a division called MeitY Startup Hub, which provides a national platform to connect students, founders, incubators, mentors, as well as the investors, right? And the goal is to foster the innovation, support deep tech startups, and build India next generation problem solving solvers, basically. Right? We support right from ideation to commercialization. There are various stages, and we have curated various programs and schemes in such a way that a student right from ideation can be nudged to the next level. So a step by step process, and these are in form of grants or in form of investments. The like in MeitY, we have one program called Tide, right, which is basically to support ideation to proof of concept, where the grant amount is given up from 4 lakhs to up to 7 lakhs, right? Then there's another program called Summarize, which is basically for the late stage of startup. Once individual or a startup has some POC developed, right? We support and they are ready to in front of the investor. We support as an investment up to 40 lakh. So if a startups has been able to raise external funding, we give a matching funding up to 40 lakhs. And how we do it, we fund to the incubators and incubator further funds to the startup. I think the relationship between an incubator and a startup is like a mother and baby, right? The how the mother guides and a newborn, right? So similar is the role of an incubator. Incubator connects with the subject matter expert, provides the right kind of R&D labs, help them a team to get ready in front of investor, how to pitch in front of because the time is only for 10 minutes, right? You have to give a snapshot about the whole technology, whole stuff, as well as because the investors have a very little bit of time, so you need to how to prepare yourself in front of investor. That is very important, and I think that is the kind of support which is given by incubator. We have 51 incubator across the country in programs called Tide. Samrit, we work closely with the accelerators. Accelerator basically prepare for a journey to for the next level. And recently, we have seen, I think there is a lot of emphasis on the tier two and tier three cities. So maybe program called Genesis is a dedicated program rolled by any ministry which focuses on the innovation on tier two and tier three cities. That means the startups which are sitting in tier two and tier three cities will only be supported, right? Since the launch of Startup India program in last year, 2014, a lot of innovation has come up, right? And I think Delhi, Bangalore, Hyderabad, these are the some cities who have now have a maturity in the startup, right? But what about the innovation which are sitting in tier two and tier three cities, right? And we have also seen that a lot of innovative ideas are there, but there is a lack of awareness in the tier two tier city. With that focus in mind, we have created that particular program called Genesis. Under Genesis also there are four buckets, right? Depending on what stage the startup is, and the grant amount support from 10 lakhs to 1 CR. So if you are at in EIF stage, the initial support is at 10 lakhs. If you are at a pilot stage, it is you get a support of 40 lakhs. Yeah, then there's the opportunity of POC also, which gives you support of 50 lakh. And then the last is the deep tech support, which gives support up to 1 crore, right? So these are various programs which MeitY keeps organizing, and I think one of the objective of this particular program called Arise for You, we have joined with that option in the mind that since the Arise will be, curating a good teams, right? They will be a first filter for us where these startups who have been identified by the HCL, which is a corporate, right, aligned with the mission, at least they could be a pipeline for our next level, right? Because we envisage this program as that this could be one of the filters where the probability of chances of startup is to survive is more as compared to if we take it out from the NAV market, right? So with that objective in mind, I think Arise, we have a joint hand with the Arise program. And if you talk about the incubation facility, I already mentioned that EIR program we are there. We also provide various platforms for our startup, right? Recently, we conducted one of the biggest innovation program called Startup Hub, which is Asia's biggest, where all the incubator startups confined, and we did in Mandapam in this March, where it was presence of our honorable PM. Also, it was inaugurated by honorable PM and Piyush Goyal. Right, so it gives a stage to showcase, to connect with the mentors, and I think this is a very good opportunity and the right time for the students because I think not only MeitY, I think more than 17 ministries are now open the channels for the startups. They have different grant schemes. I believe that this is the right time to choose your as a career, as an innovator, rather than seeking a job, right? And ultimately, with objective in mind, I have and with the target of our honorable PM to become Viksit Bharat, we need to be, uh, as a job creator than there's a seeker. So I think with that objective in mind, I wish all the best to the students, and I would be happy to support any kind of question and support from the government. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. That's really interesting. And I think you're doing some great work in terms of giving students the platform. I mean, I think I would have really enjoyed having these sort of avenues when I started out. Now bringing us to the most exciting part. I know Bhavna mentioned the problem solver directory and at that India's first problem solver directory. So I would like to know a little bit more about, I think, what is it? Can you explain what the problem solver directory is? Secondly, how are selected innovators or selected young entrepreneurs that we're talking about listed and connected with investors or incubators as a part of this problem solver directory? And last but not the least, how does this act as a bridge between the student ideas and the industry itself?
Right, thanks. So I think the objective of problem solver directory is to first recognize the national talent and solutions which are available. I think the objective of is to create a right kind of solutions which are coming from the raw mind, and then we will connect with the subject matter experts and cooperate on that. And these ideas will be, supported, which will give visibility, which will be visible by the investors, industry partners, government bodies who are looking for the innovative solutions, right? I think in the government, we have now started also looking after the procurement part, not only, not only providing the solution, but also ultimately sort of a procurement. So I think supporting from POC to purchase order, right? If any startups get a purchase order or any company is getting purchase order, ultimately, if we as a government agency, we are able to connect with them to the customer. That is a big win situation for any startup, right? Grants is one part, but I think the ultimate goal of any startup or any company is to get right kind of clients. I think this directory will help and will be circulated across the various government agencies, and all the solutions will be pan out to that. They will be circulated to the investors, industries, how industry can, industry can improve on the available solutions. We have a close discussion with the industry. They will be helping in mentoring the startups in case some solution requires some, changes in technical viability or something, or subject matter expert will come on the board. And I think this will help bridging a gap between student ideas and what exactly the real world needs, right? And also, there's opportunity for pilot projects and like grants, and also onboarding the accelerators, right? So it will give a hand-on guidance on the product validation, design thinking, business model, how to fundraising, compliance, IP, and scaling strategies. I think that's the kind of a directory which we are trying to make, where we can get solutions and onboard the industry partners, because see, ultimately the government can create a right kind of ecosystem, right? We can bring all the stakeholders, but in order to scale up, we definitely requires industry partners to go hand in hand. uh, and I think once the industry take up, this could be spread into the masses at a nominal cost, right? Ultimately the objective is that solution to the on a normal person should be come at a various cost. So with that objective in mind, governments keep on doing a lot of emphasis based on the feedback. I think we are open to feedback also now. A lot of open suggestions are we are open, and we dedicatedly have a workshop at one week dedicated discussion among the various government agencies that what kind of feedback need to be done on the basis of which the new policies can be taken up. Yeah.
Great. Thank you for that. I think one another key aspect of getting started at this stage is definitely mentorship and support. So, what sort of mentorship from industry leaders and what does it actually look like? A mentorship from industry leaders or startup founders? And why is being a part of a mentor network or an innovation hub vital or so important for first-time student entrepreneurs? And if you can share maybe in very brief, a recent success story of maybe a student startup that benefited from the MeitY mentorship, I think it might be super insightful for all of our young entrepreneurs to take some inspiration from.
I think the mentor support is basically how to bridge a gap between the actual problems and how mentor can support it, right? It helps in shortcut the learning, avoid the costly mistake by learning and those who have done it, right? So basically, the mentor, the subject matter expert, who've been involved in that activity, but at least mentor can guide, yes, a student that whether we are in the right path or not, right? And also it gives introduction. We also introduce to the corporate partners, right? Corporate partners give access to the market, right? And I think through which is being introduced to the government bodies. Investor readiness. Investor also helps basically to identify when to pitch. Are you whether this is a particular product in which you are putting your time, whether this is a credible, whether it's a viability in the market, whether it can be upscaled. So that kind of guidance is being given by the mentor support. So I feel the role of mentor is very important. I think the majority is being driven by the incubators because incubator play a major part in the journey of a startup because when it has a nurturing stage, that's the role of a incubator which plays connect to the right kind of mentor, subject matter expert, and uh, and I think it basically what startup do not for a startup or an individual. That's the role of basically, if I could say, into the for the mentor. And you talked about I think we have a lot of successful examples where we got a solution, clean tech solution from a tier two college, and he joined our mentorship program. So through the mentorship, they gave a suggestion to change in the prototype, and within the 9 months, they have secured a pilot contract from the government funding. So that's the role of a mentors network where we are supporting, and we keep on doing various capacity building workshop across the countries to create awareness about what the student. We invite a lot of industry experts, subject matter expert, investors for our startups. We also do various national programs to give limelight to the startups. They can pitch in front of industry, and these are some kind of events where actually B2B networking happens. So I would urge the young students to go out on the various national programs. As we speak, today we are launching this pre-series of India AI Summit, right? So that summit is done by our ministry for the AI mission. One of the biggest AI event is happening in February. It will be in Mandapam. I would request if the students get an opportunity, see what kind of innovation, what kind of government support, what kind of industry, and this is an international event. People from more than 43 countries will be there. They will be showcasing their innovation. And so I think that these are kind of the national events and international opportunities for startups. So see, uh, and I think that kind of support is being provided by the government here.
Great. Thank you so much. I think you actually covered my next set of questions also, which was about what sort of exposure and recognition are our students standing to gain. Bhavna, I
Certainly,
see
I'd
you have
like
a
to just,
question. Yes,
not a question, actually, I'd like to add to what
sure.
Mr. Utkarsh just said. So, it's very interesting when we, especially in the tech field, when we talk about mentorship and guidance, right? It is usually when we bring in the industry experts, what generally students expect or um, what generally happens anywhere across India, across the world, is, they'll tell you about how to manage solutions in a better way, what kind of trends to look out for, what is your business roadmap, and all of that. But what we forget are there are some finer elements to all this, like how do you manage your people, right? What is your leadership style, right? And these are some small things that, which goes unsaid but is so important. What we have made sure as a team, again, MeitY, Pearson, HCLTech, Career Shaper, all of us, right, is that the mentorship and guidance that we're trying to give you with this ESB course that you will sign up for, right, for which you're getting a certification, and these series of webinars that we are doing here, these industry experts, like how, day before yesterday, we brought in Karan Patel from Saka Robotics, right? It was so interesting. He was saying how it was so important for him to work in an MNC before going, because if he had just joined, or done a start, just gone with his startup idea, he would have started from zero. But what he learned from other places are these little other nuances. What we have done is we have packaged this also into this whole module of Arise for You, where we have tried to touch upon these finer elements as well, so that that is part of the package that you take with you, that goes into your DNA before you go out into the real world. So I just wanted to add that, because don't worry, we have covered that aspect as well. And that's why it's important for you to join us in Arise for You. Thanks, Shania.
Um, I think I have one question. Now, I understand that we spoke about the ESB and we spoke about the certification, and we now know how it works. But I want to know, why is the ESB certification necessary, or how is it important for our students that are joining the Arise for You program?
So I'm just, Utkarsh, before you go ahead, I'd just like to tell the basics. To enter this program and submit your idea and get recognized with the government through the problem solving directory, to get recognized amongst industrialists and subject matter experts, and to win a chance to get a grant of X amount of money, so on and so forth, to get that coverage, that mileage, and to get all these skills in place, you need to take that certification course, because like I said earlier, we are prepping you. This is your preparation, which we are not letting you do on your own. We are giving you all the ammunition. Without this preparation, it will be very hard for you to do anything else. So we have made it mandatory that you have to do this course, so that you're better prepared and you actually have a way higher chance to not only have an edge over all your other peers, but also win in Arise for You and get that grant that you truly deserve. So this is the basic need for you to take part in this program. Yeah.
Utkarsh, I'll hand it over to you to give me your 2 cents also.
I think from our perspective, from the government perspective, I feel that I think this Arise program prepares you for the innovation of startup journey, right? The kind of course that is being provided, right? They inculcate the mindset, that what kind of mindset people have for the innovation, and I think I see the opportunities are very now because the conducive environment, but yes, it is also challenging, right? I don't say that it is very easy going, but yes, things are improved from last 10 years. Government has ready, the policies has been tweaked to make the startups focus. And I think we are right now we are the third on the third position as a on an innovation as an innovation country, and our target is to move further, right? Program like Arise, where it has the involvement of industry, it has involvement of various stakeholders, investors. We conduct various funding opportunities. I think this is the right time. So I think my words would be, if you are sitting in an idea, this is a time to bring into life, right? Organization like MeitY or us are providing funding, mentorship, national recognition, international opportunities, and if innovator can solve a real problem, I think this and help in shaping the India's future. I think don't wait. This is the right time and to act now. Yeah, thanks.
Great. I think we've spoken about all the skills and the tech and the grants and the funding and all of the serious business. Now, other than this, what else do students stand to gain from being a part of our program? I think I would like both of you to answer this from a very fun perspective because we've done a lot of serious talking for the last 40 minutes, and I know we've given them an extreme information overload. And apart from that, we have about 5 minutes, so I will let you both take a couple of minutes each. And in addition to that, if there is one thing that you could leave all of our attendees today with, what would that one thing be? What is that one piece of advice or one last statement that you would like to leave our students with today?
I'll go first. All right, Utkarsh, if that's fine. So, what else does a student stand to gain? Okay, if I could put myself in a student's place, that was 20 years ago, oh my God. And if such a program had come then, I would jump at it because aside from everything else, whether I want to start a business or not, whether I'll end up joining an organization or not, or whether I just sit at home, if nothing else, it helps me break out of conventions, especially for women out there. If I don't know how many women are attending this webinar, but hey, women, this is a beautiful opportunity for you to break convention, get the support of everybody around you, including the nation. What more do you need, right? And actually make progress for yourself as an individual, right? If nothing else, join this program to just become a better individual who does not keep arguing, who does not keep seeing problems around, but actually someone who tries to find a solution, right? So let's not be the argumentative Indian. Let's be the problem solving Indian, right? At least you can, pat yourself on the back once you do the saying that, hey, if an opportunity presents itself, I might not be chasing one now. I'm saying worst case scenario. Let's say you're not chasing an opportunity, but if an opportunity presents itself, I at least know how to solve it and I'm confident about it. And nobody can take that away from you. Remember, knowledge, nobody can take it away from you. And you're getting this in a platter. I once again say that. And with the support of the nation itself, forget the support of your parents or anybody, your best friend, your boyfriend, girlfriend, guru, whoever it is. You have the nation's support here with MeitY on board. You have the world's best learning center, Pearson, on board. You have the best in tech, career tech shapers, HCLTech here. This is a dream come true. So this is what you need to take away, becoming a complete individual, doing this for yourself more than anything else. So yeah, that's what I would leave them with. Be a problem solving Indian. Let's not keep arguing. Let's try to find some problems. Yeah.
Thank you,
Back to you,
Bhavna. Over
Utkarsh.
to you, Utkarsh.
I think Bhavna has beautifully covered everything. So, but only I think from the government perspective, I would like to say that I think government is aware of the things, how the things are moving, and we are very listening to the requirement from the country with open eyes. We are ready to change in the policy. We are ready to bring on all the stakeholders, and I think the objective is to for the Viksit Bharat. I think we as an individual and as a student, I think the journey starts from the students only, right? We see them as a job creator rather than a job seeker, right? So a lot of opportunities are there. Government, industry, even I think we have I also seen personally earlier the norms are very limited now. In every industry, in every corporate, you will find an innovation division, right? So they are coming out of their comfort zone and they are ready to support the country, ready to support the incubator, ready to support the idea which has a potential for creating solution. So I think with that word, I would uh, suggest the student all the best. I think quickly enroll in this program, and I'm sure you will gain a lot of things through this program. And I wish all the best to all the students there.
Thank you so much, Utkarsh. To everybody that's joined us today, if you have a minute to look into the chat box, I've put up all of the links that you will need to find more about Arise for You, to find out more about everything that Utkarsh sir discussed in terms of what MeitY does, in terms of the support that they're giving, and all the new initiatives that are coming up from MeitY's side. Take some time, go over it. Don't miss out on this opportunity. We've got the world's not the world's, maybe the nation's best minds that's available for you to leverage. What you do with it is completely in your hands. And as Bhavna mentioned, do we just want to sit there and complain about something, or do we want to go out there and do something about it? And today's generation is so much more about being problem solvers. We see a problem and we want to fix it. We're not the type to sit down and just keep complaining about it. So go out there. I would love to see a lot of you join our program. It's a great, great opportunity for you to network with like minded people from across the country. It's across barriers, it's across borders. You're not confined to a classroom, you're not confined to your city. The world's your oyster. So what you make out of it is up to you. Thank you so much, Bhavna. Thank you, Utkarsh. It was a pleasure speaking with both of you today, and both of your energy and both of the amount of information that you've given all of our students is insane. And I think we're really thankful and we're really glad that you're a part of the journey with us. Thank you for your support, and we value it. I'm sure our students value it too. And to everybody joining us, thank you so much. We have many more fun sessions, many more informative sessions lined up for you. Stay tuned to our social media, and you're going to find out what exciting, fun workshops are coming up ahead for you. Thank you, everybody, and have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.